Hi, welcome back to the channel. Today I would like to make some little leather rings, and I have a couple of different beads I might want to use. These ones are little purple ones. I have medium-sized green and then a little bit smaller green. These are like a crystal. I don't know which. Of course I'll do the purple, but I'm not sure if I want to do like a crystal one. I haven't done a crystal one before, so I don't know if I want to do the small green or the big green, but in the meantime, we will pull out one of these purples. I haven't used these yet. I just got them recently. And of course, purple being my favorite color, I want to use them. So they're just a tiny little bead. And I'm going to go ahead and use this creamy color leather, and I have to just kind of work it a little bit to get it softer. More pliable that way. My fingers run anywhere from a 5 to a 9, being my pinky, and then this one being my index. And anywhere in here, they'll fit one of my fingers, because, you know, the right hand, or the right side of the body is bigger than the left side of the body, and just enough where they'll fit somewhere on my hand. So I think I'm going to do an 8. Is this the end I was just messing with? Yeah, it feels like it. Okay. So what I'm going to do is measure right here at 8, because it won't get any bigger. And I'm going to cut it right here. And that's all I'm going to use, is that little piece. Now the hardest part, and I'll recut that, don't worry. The hardest part is getting it from here and then off of here. But in the meantime, I need to cut some wire. This is 26 gauge copper, a natural copper. Sometimes I use a non-tarnishing one, but you know, I don't really, that's not important to me. And I'm just using maybe 3 inches of it, not too much, because this is all very tiny. So let me get this tiny bead, and goes right through there. Find the center-ish. Pinch it down. That way it's ready. Once we get this leather off, we can start working with it right away. So I've just got it pinched there. Okay. All right. An 8. An 8. Let's move it to 8. Okay. And I want one side of the leather to be right on top of the other side of the leather. And now I've got to try to get this off of here. Oh, see, it's just a little difficult. Gotta keep working it. Ooh, I think I got it. Okay. Now wherever they're doubled up, that's where you can start working on it. So I like to just simply do it right in the middle. And I just put the little bead, whatever you want to use. I just like it where it's pretty much the same width as the width of leather, which is skinny. And then you got to hold it tight. And with strength, pull it up. Then I like to wrap it around one time at least because it holds it better. So I can get this one in here. That one around. Okay. Now we're halfway done. Okay. Push it through again. And depending on if you want them close together or further apart, I'm going to try to get these nice and close. And I'm going to do 4 wraps. 3 wraps is plenty, but I want it to show up a little bit more, so 4 wraps. And there's my 4 wraps. And we'll do the other side, nice and tight there. Coming around. You really just got to take your time. Be patient. That's 3. One more. Boy, I just gave myself enough, didn't I? But that's good. Finish underneath. The nice thing about using sort of a soft leather is when you cut the wire, just make sure you're only cutting that one wire. When you cut the wire and you go to pinch it off to be finished with it, you pinch it right into the leather, and then it's like perfection. Nothing pokes you because it's poking up into the leather, which is great. Now we'll do this side. I'll just pinch that right off. Pinch that in. Try that again. And pinch that in. So now I'm going to trim this a little bit off, because I don't really need it, because that's the underneath. And this side I'm going to trim on an angle, like so. And now it's finished. I think it turned out great. Okay, now let me see which finger it's going to fit on. 8, maybe this one? Yeah, maybe. Having a fat finger day. It's a little loose when I put it on, but just so you can see it, looks good. I could probably put it on my middle finger. Isn't that adorable? I love it. I made one for my granddaughter. She just turned 15. It was for her birthday. I made her a little one. And I kept thinking her fingers were so tiny. I made it really small, and it ended up fitting her pinky. And I was like, oh, and she's like, it's okay. And I'm like, all right. So that didn't take any time at all. And now I want to do either this, which is a little bit bigger, or this, which is even bigger. I don't know. I think I'll do this with maybe the darker leather. It's going to look a little different because I won't be able to put it in this way, but I think it'll work out good, even though it is going to be bigger. All right, let me move this stuff out of the way. And that darker leather is actually stiffer than the lighter leather. One time I used, actually not one time, I have it here somewhere. Let me see. This purple leather. So it's been dyed. It's really stiff because I wash my hands and everything. But the color goes off onto my finger, and I'm like, ew, but you know, I'm around the house and I don't care. Okay, so let's make this one smaller to really make these look bigger. So again, let's get this, and we'll do maybe a 7 this time. So I'll cut it right about here. There we are. Now see how stiff that is? It's terrible. So I'm going to work it in my fingers. Let me get this out of the way. I'm going to work it in my fingers to soften it like the other one is. Something about the fibers in there helps break them up. It's like sleeping. There, that's softer. Okay, yay. Get this out of the way. And I still want my same wire. This time I'm going to use a little bit more. Let's see, where am I? Oh, here. I'm going to snip this right here. Bring one bead back to work with. Try to get this in half. There we are. Pinch it so we're ready to go. Get out the mandrel one more time. So we'll put it on 7, overlap on top. So it's nice and, excuse me, smooth going all the way around. And hold on to it while you take it off the mandrel. Or your finger, if you're going to just measure your finger, which is always nice. But with the knuckles, it's just hard to get that thing off of there. All right, so somewhere where they're overlapping, I just go for the middle. Okay. Hold on tight. Oops, there goes my bead. Okay, I was still holding on. All right, since this is a little bit different. Nice and tight. Okay, now let's make sure this is nice and tight right next to it. Just have to keep adjusting. That first one is so important to get it exactly how you want. And the rest can just follow it along. Nice and tight. That's 3. Let's do this side now. I'm going to do 4 at least, but I want to just make sure I've got this going good. I've been doing so much yard work, wearing those leather gloves, and they're just ruining my hands. Oh well, though, gotta get it done. Okay, that's 3, so let's do that 4th one. I want to get it right there, right on it. Remember, just take your time. Take your time, take your time. That's 4 that way. I could actually do a 5th one. Ooh, let's do a 5th one. Okay. Then we'll have to bend it a little bit around the finger, but that'll be all right. Okay, is that 5? Yes. My battery died. here we are, we're on this side. 4 and 5. Now we just have to make our 4 cuts and we're good to go. Make sure they're nice and tight. Okay. Pinch it down good so it's kind of stabbing into the leather. Can't see where I'm going with it. Okay. And then just push it down into the leather. There we go. Now this side ended up being short enough. So this side, I'm just going to have to angle it the littlest bit. I've got to get different clippers. These are ridiculously dull. Let me go get my other ones. Hang on. Now watch, these aren't any better. Just a second here. There we are. Oh, that looks good. Okay. Now let's see. If you want to keep them soft, you have to just keep kind of working them. But the moisture in your skin should work it out just fine. I just want to bend it a little. Since we've got 5, they have a little bend to them. The other one didn't really. Okay, let's see. This is supposed to be an 8. What did I do? No, I did a 7. Okay. So go down here. The other one was the 8. Okay. So you can have it face this way, face it the other way. Little tiny one. So they take no time at all. A little bit of the leather that you can get at Michael's or Hobby Lobby. Beads of any kind. Shiny, dull, big. Not too big though. And then some wire. And I love me some copper. So that's it. Hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you can make some too. Bye.